Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another movie review. This movie is brought to me by BET Plus. They just dropped it called To Get Her Stars. Amber West and Paige Hurd and Brandon Wellington. So let's get into it. It starts off with a whole bunch of like shootings, and then it backtracks. So Amber West is played by Jana, and Brandon Wellington is played by Marcus, which is her husband. So Janet works for a real estate company, and supposedly Marcus, he's like a travel agent. He just travels around the world and stuff like that, and different locations. So he booked a trip for him and his family to go to Italy. So it's Marcus, Jana, and her daughter. She's six, Kiana. So she's at home, and her boss calls her like, "Listen, I need you to stay back to fix this account we had that we needed to get fixed." And Jana really wanted to like go with her family on this trip because she's always putting her work before them. So the one time she took the chance to go on the trip, she was like, "I'm all for it." But then she told her husband like, "Listen, I'm sorry I can't make it. I can come back. I can meet y'all at the same flight, but tomorrow. So yeah, go ahead and get on the flight." All right. So Mark was like, "All right, cool. We can do that. Mommy will see us tomorrow." So she now gets back to the office to start working, and supposedly they land in Italy. Um, Jana called, well, Sky. She's still a boxer trainer, and she works at a boxing place, and she offers classes or whatever. So she ends up calling her sister Jana and letting her know, like, "What are you still doing here?" She's like, "Listen, my boss coming back into work, so I got to fix this case." And Jana was like, "You can still come with us on this trip." But Sky was like, "Listen, I have this problem tenant." So she was like, "All right, I'll call you back." This so happens the tenant called her. So after work, whatever, Janet finishes her case with Sky. She gets off work and she goes to the guy's house. I believe his name is Deshaun or something. Deshaun, yeah, whatever. That's not his name. It is now Deshaun. And she tells him like, "You're behind on your rent. You're about almost $7,000 behind on rent." So she goes to the house. It's got people smoking weed everywhere, stuff like that. She's like, "This place is filthy. Like, where is he?" They was like, "He in the back." So he get in the back at the table, and he was like, "I'm not paying you nothing, B." She was like, "Did you just call me a B?" Next thing you know, she went ham and knocked him into the table a few times, and then you see his friends like, and she was like, "Give me my money." So he gets up and goes to the drawer, pulls out like three wads of roll bands, and she was like, "Yeah." He was about to skimp on her, and she was like, so she got all her money, put it in her bag, and she left. After she left, his friends was laughing at him like, and he was like, "Oh, shut up! Yeah, she got you. Yeah, stop playing with her. Clean up this daggone place, because you don't own it. I do." So she walked out. Then she ended up going back to her sister's house, Janice's house, and she was like, "Listen, I guess I could go with y'all on this trip now." I mean, he kind of was over the limit with the rent, but he wasn't. But he don't know to know that. So she's going with her sister to Italy, and her sister Sky wanted Janet to like brush up on her skills, and she ended up picking up a bag of garbage, and next thing you know, um, Janet, she was like, "So you saying I'm soft?" Janet ended up kicking the bag, ripping the bag open, and then she went to go pack her bags or whatever. Meanwhile, Sky was hesitant about trying to clean up the garbage. That she started cleaning up, and she ended up finding a SIM card, and she was just like, "Hmm." So she puts that SIM card in her bag, and she's cleaning up the rest of the garbage. By this time, they're sitting down eating popcorn, chilling, whatever. Janet still tries to call Marcus because it's like, "Y'all should have been there already. Y'all should have been called me or whatever. Like, why is no communication between y'all?" And so she's still wondering. And then so Sky was like, "Maybe just it's jet lag, and they're probably tired. They'll probably call you when you get there." So as now the next day, they all refreshed or whatever. Meanwhile, they at the airport at VIP suite. Their friend Saraya or Saraya, she works at the airport, so she just decided to tag along because she also got a spot there in Italy too. So next thing you know, they get there to the hotel at the Royal Palace. She lets them know that her husband and daughter should have been there yesterday. The receptionist was like, there's nobody that checked in, only just you. And she also let them know that she made reservations for another room. So they showed the concierge their passport, and she was making a big deal of it. Then the bellhop took them up to their room. So then Sky was like, just go ahead and take a shower. Give yourself a minute. So she's wondering where her child is. So as any mother should, but sometimes you gotta make sure your mental is right before you can start doing other things. So Sky was like, "Go take a shower and get right." She's like, "All right, cool, we will." Next, she does that. Still no call. She's still calling, no call. So it's now the next morning. She gets dressed or whatever. She goes back downstairs and talks to the concierge, and the concierge was like, "Listen, still nobody hasn't checked in." So she ended up giving her a number to call. So she does that. She ended up going to the police, and they didn't do nothing. So then they police end up giving her a number to call, which is go to the American Embassy. So she gets down to the American Embassy. She's still living. Sky's trying to help talk off the ledge, but at the same time, while they get to the embassy, Sky is on edge. Like, listen, y'all ain't gonna keep doing my sister like this. So she had to go outside with the security guard while Janet went inside and talked to the um, the ambassador for the embassy. Her name was Jasmine. So she was like, "Listen, let me get a picture of your daughter and your husband." She shows it to them. She writes down their name. Next, she makes a phone call, and it was just like, "Yeah, I will get your information back to you because I got some Russian contacts so that they can help me." Meanwhile, Janet takes this into her own hand with the help of her friend Soraya. She comes in to meet at a bar. They're gonna look for this dude named Cameron Cage. His sister Cassidy started going after Sky. Her and Sky got into it, and then Cam came from wherever he was at. Was like, "Oh no!" And she was like, "Yeah, you just got handed your behind to it." She was like, "We both beat each other up." It's like whatever. So Cass was like, Janet was like, y'all need to break this up. Soraya was in the background was looking like, "What the heck?" So that went sideways. She ended up giving Cameron an extra set of the pictures for him to take a look into, and then she ended up leaving. She apologized for the mess. So Cassie goes upstairs and talks to Cameron, and she was like, "I feel sorry for her. Like, you're gonna help her?" She was like, "Listen, this is more than what we signed up for, but I don't know. But it's like, what the heck is going on?" So meanwhile, they're still looking for her. Soraya ends up leaving them, and she goes home. Before she gets home, the elevator was acting crazy, so she can't even go upstairs. By you, somebody comes up by the time the elevator gets down. Next thing you know, you got Cam and Cassidy. They help her get the person that was bothering her, and it was like, "Listen, you're under watch, so now you got to be careful." So I fast forward because I don't want to talk at airwall. Fast forward, Marcus, his real name ain't Marcus. His real name is Lucas DeLong. He is a hired assassin. He basically kills people for a living. And one way or another, Jana was a target. So he purposely threw away his SIM card to like not get in contact with her. So basically, he was taking her daughter and deuces. So she find out that they're in Italy, but he also found out that she's there too, and it's like, why are you putting all this heat on me? So come to find out, Marcus Lucas, he has connections with everybody. The person at the embassy, Cameron Cage, he used to work with him. He also tried to kill him back in the day. So Cameron has flashbacks to that. They're both watching each other. Um, yeah, we fast forward a couple of parts. So yeah, there's like a manhunt for both of them. Um, Marcus is also watching Jana and Sky. That was like this stupid beat. Like, what the heck are y'all doing here? So yeah, he got eyes everywhere. They figured out where he's actually staying at. He ends up killing the owner of the house he's at. Because he ended up marrying the person's daughter, Pavo. He married his daughter Mercy, and they've been married for a year. And yeah, they put that whole network together. They eventually end up killing a couple of his guys. Cam got hurt bad, but Janet at the end she ended up killing. Well, yeah, we fast forward some parts. Janet ended up killing Marcus. Like, listen, you tried to take my child from me, Everybody was fighting everybody. That movie was crazy. Like you gotta actually sit there and watch it to like understand what's really going on. I enjoyed it. Like I'm gonna go watch it again. I know I skipped a few parts, but I don't want to give it all the way. Y'all got to go check it out. But if y'all want to wait till it comes on BET, y'all can do that too. But yeah, it's called To Get Her, starring Amber West and Paige Hurd and Brendan Wellington. It's really, really good. And Janet was really hurt once she found out her so-called husband was a narcissistic liar. Like I kind of figured like now it makes me wonder that he make her boss call her so that she can stay behind, so that he can make forth with his plan. Yeah. The movie is definitely worth checking out. But yeah, y'all won't be disappointed. And my bad if I skipped a few parts, but let me know if y'all want me to like go back into detail, do a part two to this in the next video, okay? So with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this recap and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.